Another qualifying game, another full best of 3. And we go to bind. This time we've seen TEC play on it already. They're playing the same comp. DRG running the same comp that they used to win Ascension. End up in this league for the next 2 years. Obviously a different role. TCH coming in. Zeno. Just got here just in time. Luke has gone down as the first death, which seems to be like a common occurrence in these pistols, unfortunately. Vikashi's camera gets some information. The Skydog jumps over the trip. And manages to clear quite a lot. Viper Orb picked up, thrown again onto the default plant, I'm pretty sure. And Avo is just ready to strike here. Just sat in this smoke. Has to back off. Wants to actually maybe push lamps behind this Sky Trailblazer that's just come in. But there's a little bit of a gap. Nabi, I thought he was on the other team for some reason. Just for a second, but this is like too good of a hold for TEC. But pushing through lamps might be the play, especially if Dingwei is going to get into an angle like that. RB, however, though, still alive. 30 seconds. They need to clear him. He's spraying in the same spot again. He almost gets the kill. He puts off the plant. And Vikashi's camera, they know exactly where RB is like stuck. But he's still able to... How is he able to do this? This isn't fair. That was fucking stupid from RB. How was he able to get away with that? I think RB stands for Raid Boss, I'm pretty sure. That's all he has been in China so far. 完成了这波对对手爆能器的一个堵截。哇，这一分真的是过山车式的体验。哇 ，RB 这个微弱的时间点，而且极快的这个拉枪定位，确实对于对手的一个站位把控的非常的精准。What a pickup from TEC he has been though. 拿到了第一个手枪局，很赚啊，因为其实对于进攻来讲。手枪分还是 Why is that now 4 and 1 on pistols? 有一把掉落枪械的容错。Both of them on split, one of them on icebox. Pretty much just sit down, I think, for DRG. We even have RB going for the teleporter. There's Dingwei, Vikashi, TZH left. I know that somebody's gone for the TP and there's no Yoru, there's no Omen, there's no like fake jumping for the teleport that you can do. It was literally just RB just chilling. 那这分加2400，哇！我卡住这经济真的拿捏的死死的，他900块的存款。What do you think the China teams went in for Zest? I don't know. I just don't. I think having a player like RB that has experience and can kind of play any role is more valuable. And also RB's just more of a household name. I don't know, I didn't really rate Zest that much as a player. Certainly not to the same level I'd rate RB. Lukashu aggro cam took a while to be broken. And there's Sky Flash over on the B side, I'm pretty sure. Bonuses galore for TEC. Even being able to convict some of them, I suppose. 你这个少50点血还是影响挺大的。所以这份定位大概率是要拉远一点。Even got a little one way in hookah as well with a cyber cage. 但目前来看的话，防守方 TEC 的一个站位非常的舒服。As soon as you jump out of it, it goes up. Your little toes are going to be shown. You got the lurk over here from Dingwei, and the rest of the team is looking to go short when you have a trip here and then a trip. You have this trip that goes like right across on this line. Avo just spraying with a Guardian. Did he hit anybody? No, not even body shots. There's the lamp strip that's been hit. Only problem has been the Viper's Pit. This guy's flanking in and around, actually.
This lurk from Dingwei going for the TP, joining with the rest of his team. But you still need to plant the spike, and there's 15 seconds left. I mean, Abi's already done something silly here before. This might just be a map for his Cypher. He's hit by the snake bite, he's going to go down. But he's bought enough time. That's another bonus for TEC. Oh no. I wonder if this is going to be the same, I suppose, as Icebox, where TEC might be able to build a pretty good defensive half, but I'd imagine this time they'll probably be able to, like, actually finish it all off. Just stopping that plant and just allowing him to go down. Such a smart player. He's farming yet again. A couple of players struggling to get started for DRG, but that's fine. Whoever loses this as well has to go and play against JDG, who are probably looking to bounce back after losing to TEC the first time. So if TEC win it, it's an Ascension rematch for these two. I think China's capable of winning an international event this year. Probably not this year, but I'd say next year. Scene's still pretty early and there's a lot to adjust to. But once it gets going, I think it'll really get going. Right, the execute now coming in from DRG. Not on a complete eco, but it's just a hero rifle for Vukashu, which has often been just enough for DRG to need. A lot of kills just through smokes as well. 5 versus 2. They're even going to go for the teleporter and go back towards A. But Abi's still alive. They lost a rifle. Neuro5 is going to show where Dingwei is. Abi's just... Dingwei could at least buy time. I'm still really scared for DRG here. You've got one rifle. Oh my god. Holy shit. What is this guy doing? That transfer is crazy. Now it is the battle of just the fucking import ciphers again. 9-2. Full buy still. He just used his neuro theft. He's 2 ult pips away from it again. All good though for DRG. You got a showstopper, you got some stuff to maybe make this execute work. Trips though, feels like kind of like DRG doing the same sort of problem that a lot of teams have been running for. Just this utility not being cleared, not being taken apart by a default, just has so much impact for TEC. I think JDG made this mistake too, and then obviously DRG on their attack room split would just not default in. This is a bit better with like the B split, but Abi's been spotted. Just take the raid boss down. Somebody kill him, please. Nice satchel actually from Luke, and he's seen another one. But they're still not in. Okay, now they're starting to break through. Abo's got one. He peeks out of the smoke. Abi is still here. He's like, I would just let everybody else on my team die. Now 1 versus 4. Okay, they do eventually spray the box and get him. Things back to normal for DRG. Yeah, the cypher off. It feels that way. But that was a nice round from Luke. Like the execute, utility, all splendid. I'm gonna sit down for the rest of this one actually, just so I've got some energy for like EDG later. So I've been stood up since the second map of the first series, so what's that like? 4 hours.
而且 B 区这2颗前点
Not
的
bad
空
innings.
中烟幕真的非常有意思，让点后的人完全支援
He's
不到。
kind of baiting there, no? I mean, there's not really too much that he can do.
效率还是非常高的啊。
But also, if there's going to be a team that's going to like have like bad coordination issues, I think it's going to be like
而且通过这2个长枪分
his
的取
team
胜，
too.
现在 DRG 是完成了经济的反转，并且上一分这个玩烟火省了下来。对于 TEC 来说，没有出手的殺招才是真正的杀招。
是的。
You got a camera, a lot of people stacking over on A for TEC because they're on an eco. You got a trip in hookah, and then just the Viper of Lochem played on site. I don't know if they're playing in the tube or not, or if they're on top of it. I'm assuming on top of it, yeah.
就跟你打慢的。
有一点点毒点的味道在里面啊。对。话仅有一个回蛇。
Yeah, I think that's Abo over peaking more than RB baiting him.
告诉进攻方的人员，我
It seemed like he just did that on a whim.
但对于陆克来讲的话，他依然是有这个玩意后可以去打一个破点。
Nade is actually going to break this trip.
求稳哦。
You get the nade out before they execute just to break a trip. Good for TEC at least. One less bit of utility to worry about.
应该是要考虑最后一波了。
But you still got that showstopper, which maybe DRG don't want to fuck about with. I mean, now is definitely a chance to not fuck about with it. Just you already lose one. I don't hate using the showstopper there because you just don't want to lose this round. Oh my god, so much damage was done to Nick. He's 8 HP.
有点吓人。 但还好，因为进攻方掉的枪其实防守方是不太能捡到的，只要架住重生点的。
Cypher trips have been put down from Vukashu in aggressive spots, almost like a deadlock play, right?
只有一个霹雳柱。
没错。
这样的话抢清点是很难的，秋叶倒了。
So they got elbow control. CT is held by Luke and Vukashu, just taking angels. Last one's Kwai, can only get much. It's only Dingwei that went down. Nick was very close. But nice round, I think, from DRG. Like, I like that they weren't afraid to use a big ultimate in order to just confirm it.
比分已经追平，而且防这个经济可以说是捉襟见肘。
对，这前面2分那个长枪局丢失啊，确实也是让 TEC 非常。
Luke has just been a little bit like inconsistency. That's crazy too.
他的终极技能循环打出来了。
Just random spraying in the smoke and he gets one.
对方的长枪分都是有牌可用的。
Right, not quite farming as much, RB.
对，
464.
其实他的这个神经曲奇
Quality the stream gone down, or we good?
之前就
We
好了，
good.
但一直找不到机会用。这一分 A 区 TEC 是顶的比较靠前的，因为不能再这样放任对手快速拿到前点位了。
哎，而且这一方防守方这分防守方在 A 点的站位也很有趣啊，小黑并没有站。
Right, Orb's going to be picked up by Luke.
很容易被对方的
天激光术是，这是
Full buys either sides. Shorty just gonna
卢克买了把
peek out in this corner mostly.
看尝试能不能找到一些机会。阿伯这个点位
Abo playing anti-flash.
但如果对手遇事打出烟闪的话，很有可能会
Even
被
move
抓
the
侧身。
Cypher over towards B now.
阿伯这个位置起烟之后，有可能会被穿啊。
Orbital strike onto lamps. Abo still on the high ground. The nade coming in from there. Dingwei lucky, I think, to sort of clear it, just with all of the chaos happening. 5 seconds. Still got plenty of time. That's brave from Luke, but at least it's traded from Nick. Like, this is where like TEC maybe hasn't been as good as I would have hoped. Not doing stuff timed well together, just a lot of like individual stuff. Like Lochem rotating and flagging all the way around. Like this Viper's Pit forces you to like play backside, which this has made it really tricky now. They've had to go through the teleporter. Neural Theft has been used as well from RB to get some information. Just before he dies, right? Nice angle for TCH to be playing on. There was a nice high-low as well with Dingwei. So if he goes down, maybe Dingwei gets to trade. Dingwei's on his own here a little bit, but now that he's backed off, this is where like DRG's winning out. Just the way that they're taking that fight there. Like fighting together. A lot of things that TEC did were very like individual. Onto to the trip as well, so they know where he is. Is the money good enough to chase? I'd say so. All games has been eliminated, as has Tyloo. The rest of the teams that we don't see today will be playing tomorrow against the losers. So we have Trace versus Nova, which feeling like it's going to be one-sided. We've got the loser of this versus JDG, and then we have the loser of Edward Gaming and Wolves play up against Billy Billy. All tomorrow, all at the same time, and then it's play-ins the day after that. So it's a pretty like intense schedule. Since Thursday, it's been like best of threes galore.
力度就很大，然后再加上一个斯凯的情况，所以很多时候去打这种快速的提点是一个最好的选择。
It's DRG sort of doing a similar thing, right? Where they like lose the bonus, but they're in the round afterwards. Managed to correct themselves nicely. A lot of snowball Valorant today, despite going to like full best of 3 maps. And another eco required from TEC.
他就是负责4700，穷则1850嘛。他这个现在是就是不上不下的一个经济，只能起把。
Got a smoke in hands.
确实，雷兹这个英雄吃亏的枪械还是比较多的。
Could be the Optus strike, but I would really doubt it.
就会打得非常的慢，就消耗你的耐心，同时把尽量能搜到的点位都清理一下。
Locking and Shure over towards B. One of them has a rifle.
而且我发现
You got RB coming over to support, just keeping an eye on it, because you've got all of this utility. A pretty like deep line actually on the defense from TEC. So if DRG get put off and go for an A execute, this could really trip them up, especially with time now like getting kind of low. I mean, if they go to A, it'd be low. B, it's not too bad, but it's getting there.
没有说是很好清这边。
倒了，那这样的话围不了花园。
30 seconds, and you go in A now.
去 B 点快速转 A 了。
Trip orbital strike, maybe. Is this going to get cleared properly is the question. Seekers is going to help. The trip. Wallbang from, well, not wallbang, just kill for all of the smokes. Orbital strike to delay. Ooh, good time bot. Is he even going to get the narrow theft off? No time now. Oh, I don't. Rough round for DRG with just what they were aiming to do. But the defensive setup from TEC I actually really liked. Pretty much just bunker down on keeping showers with the camera and the trip. Just feel like there's a lot of places that are just missing their like as part of the default, if DRG done anything towards showers initially.
队内核心确实是，
我感觉阿博性价比很高，就是他什么活都能干。
现在他也是第一个突破2位数击杀的选手，来到10个击杀。而且通过上一分的4杀，玩焰火在手了，对于 DRG 现在要忌惮的技能又多了一个。
再次是往 B 区去走。
Abbas showstopper. Also a Viper's Pit in hand for Lock M.
这分是选择让我开始走了一个落单的位置。
Force scouting with no armor. It just seems to keep working. They can't keep getting away with it, it feels like.
就把 A 区所有能单摸的路线都锁死了。
More of a like stronger default, I think, from DRG. The typical like Fnatic alpha cam. You can break this trip. You can break the camera too. But Fukashu hasn't pushed up enough to know that there is a trip here. And obviously with how the last round went, with how them good shot, he didn't know that that trip was there the last round either. So RB's just getting a lot of free information. He knows that he can just sit inside showers, play there a bit more. Like, it's just not contested. Like, this is such a free plant. Like, him being able to spray like this is just way too free, and it allows that TP to come across too. The showstopper clearing out any close corners. Everybody manages to get out into lamps. Whilst the showstopper doesn't get much, it's basically put these attackers into a tin can. Nice peek from Abo. Gonna buy time for the rest of the team to clear him, so that's nice from Kwai. And then Dingwei late. I think there was the trip there from RB, so they know that he's coming from this direction. 2 players are going to peek him. Can't quite stick it, but they got half.
我不得不说 TEC 的纪律性真的好强啊！哪怕到最后1秒 ，Lowcam 其实还在 B 点去防对方有可能会单摸的人。
I really don't think BLG deserves to continue. I mean, they made a roster change. See if it's enough. Otherwise, Billy might just nuke the whole team. I don't really know if there's anybody on Billy that you'd be super keen to build around. Like Bianc, maybe?
镂空的位置很多，
而且浴室在没踩的情况下太容易被穿了。RB 其实在 最近几天的比赛里面，已经有很多次在这个位置给到对手非常大的压力了。那这边的话，
And get K Knight maybe onto a more solidified role instead of just flexing all over. Why is he for sure? Nah, for me, he'd be one of the first out.
给到一些压力，要么就是直接给包点一个拐角的烟，而不是说给一线烟，想要去在墙上去安这个爆能器。
You reckon JDG have a chance against DDG, considering it's the rare atom roster? I don't know. I mean, worry less about JD Gaming versus Edward. Got to see if JD's going to be able to beat some of the other teams below them. If YZ out, who replaces him though? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of up and coming like duelists. It depends when you make that roster move, right? Because you might be able to get some like goods, like get somebody like HFMI almost. It depends who's willing to sell. There's going to be a lot of like, I think, really good startlet Challengers League players from China that you could potentially poach.
这个蝰蛇的舌吻，它能够拖到的时间是比较多的。还有一种可能，但是其实这个是
But also HFMI didn't really play that well for Tyloo either.
利用蝰蛇的技巧性投掷去抓浴室的人，就是引入之损加。
Can't think of any other duelists that didn't make it really.
去抓，之前威瓦就中过招在这个位置。
哎，看一下 DRG 怎么选择，他们选的是3人直接过来，想要去强拿浴室的控制权。
Zion was good, yeah, true.
一个空投烟幕。
Off the top, I'd have to like look at some of the other rosters and players that didn't make it in.
那 A 点的话是一波重防哦 ，RB 这边的战术监控还在浴室的里面。但小到没有半线的存在啊，对面如果给烟或者给闪的话，其实还是比较好。
So we've had a timeout now.
加上浴室也拿下来。
大远小。
Already just what I wanted to see from DRG after the timeout. Like, actually fight for showers, break the side for utility. Stop letting RB just get away with it. Because if you manage to break the camera, break the trip, like, you could do all of that, and now you can go back to B, and there's very little for them to work with. Skyflash into Hookah just to clear it. They were going to rotate away. They still are. Like, they are so worried about B now. Like, this is much, much better. It forces like RB to just go and, again, like 1 versus 5 on the site. Rest of the team rotated away. RB was like, I'm not falling for this. I'm going to peek it with my face. The Vukashu trades 4 versus 3. That's important. It's big trade from backside from Kawaii. Now Lockham is here.
卡哇伊的位置已经是一个名牌了，但还有一个防守方的人员。
What's supposed to want? 2 players around lamps, watching the flank, playing from piss. Snake bite in that choke, Dingway's a little bit deeper. Manages to find like a little gap for him to play in. And then Nyx actually gets caught reloading. That's not great. Oh no, that's not great at all. I don't know where TZH is. Oh no. That's so nice from Lockham though. Good clutch to win, but in all honesty, what the hell are DRG doing like with how they're positioning? Didn't approach that well in the slightest. Which is a real shame because the way that they played at the start of this, like the actual adjustment that DRG made like after the timeout was everything that they needed to do. And it was just a simple thing of like, just clear the Sentinel utility. Like it's such an important thing for pro teams to get right. But like, even if it's like you're playing ranked, like, if in doubt, just find out where the Sentinels play and try to clear their util and basically make them panic enough that they push into you. The problem, however, is that you've got TEC panicking and pushing into you, but they're pushing with RB. And he's at least always good for 1. Ukashu, I see you. He's still in the camera, he's still watching him. He's like, we know where their like star player is. Now the camera's been broke. Now they're gonna clear onto lamps. Oh, right in that position. Forced to push out. RB falls right into his hands. Oh no, even the judge just misses. It takes the top of his head off, but the molly is good. No effect from Fugashu. Now one alive. That's a second kill. The orbital strike's online. TEC might have botched this. TCH. Oh no, I think that all of the chaos TEC kind of gave TCH and DRG a way back into that one, right? Because he didn't have his ultimate to begin with, but you get 2 kills with one molly. Yeah, it doesn't have it here. Doesn't have it here. I think he gets it on the second one. No, he gets it there. So he had it by the first kill.
被燃烧榴弹烫死的人成为了这个最后一根稻草。对，而且因为多烫掉一个人，导致天际光束好了，又被拖了。
I don't know if it's macro that's the problem with TEC. It's just it feels more like micro. It's just a coordination of the people. I think this feels more like a macro. Like the macro problems, I think are more on DRG side. They play better off of each other as a team, but I think the way that they approach the map early round of what they want to do on a default just isn't getting as much done as you'd hope. 2 trips over here. Gives Luke a lot to jump over, but he's just going to go right into RB, and he's going to keep that going with a showstopper. I swear, this game feels like it's just running at 2x speed. I can't keep up. Avo got the operator too, but I don't know how much value that's going to find. It is the last round though, so buying up is fine. Nice shot from Vukashu. I imagine that looked even better from his POV.
2打4，现在局势对于 TEC 来说是很不利了。是的，小黑屋的位置。
哦，这Dingwei, good trade from TCH.
但是最后仅剩一个 lock cam， 他还能1打3这个残局。
Vukashu's still alive, so it feels somewhat done. You know, that's just kind of like how it would be. It's a 6-all. The only concern I have is the DRG chose to attack first, and so it's similar to Split. 6-6 half. On maps where you pick the side, and then your second half is just not good enough. So we'll see how this defense goes. That's nice. He barely saw him. I don't know how he managed it.
而且这一波确实 Luke 的提点打得非常漂亮，很精准的抓到了。
Similar, but Bind is very defended-sided. Got to take it with like a pinch of salt. Like China just seems to be its own entity right now. I'd say Nick's IGLing is the thing that's brought DRG from being. Is brought. Oh, look at the picture! Look at the brim. That was a lock-em sign from last time too. What was I saying? Yeah, I think the thing that's brought DRG from being like a middle of the pack squad in Evolution to Ascension winners is Nick's IGLing.
而且因为他们是一个，其实类似于两边是一个镜像阵容的体系的话，来到进攻边，单决斗的阿波也会面临 DRG 的这样一个难题。如果他一旦在前面倒地的话，也会让自己的进攻非常难打。
My answer was always this map is defensive sided until you plant the spike. And then it flips. If you plant the spike, it becomes attacking sided. That'd be my answer, but I don't know if that's necessarily like accurate. It's more accurate for China, I'd say, than globally. Like I'd have to watch a bit more specifically, I suppose.
最终的决胜的地图，也希望你们把自己的支持和呐喊交给现场的选手们。
That's a good way to describe it. I'd say Split is somewhat the same. Like B post plants tend to be pretty strong. Actually, that's I don't know. I'll have a think about that a bit more, but that's where I'm leaning. But I'd say for Bind for sure. Like, if you plant the spike, if you lose against retakes on Bind, that's a problem. So the fact that DRG have lost a couple like that. Alright, Dingwei gets demolished. Vukashu can only get one before he gets traded out. In the post-match interview, it seems JDG is still having communication issues. We'll talk about them like tomorrow, I guess, a bit more. But yeah, I was talking to Stu about it yesterday.
下去也只能打出一个1换1的交换。
To the point where he said, like he was like, I think in that series I IGL'd more, and I'm like, okay.
两人是没有漏过。
而且尼克是什么技能都没有啊，掏着小刀子过来。
But I wouldn't say like.
这尼克也是很委屈，
5-1 on pistols now for TEC.
就切到1秒钟被抓了。
是。
但这一波不得不说，阿波在进攻边的一个打法真的是。
I don't think it's like Stu is taking over as IGL. I think it's just that they don't really have like a dedicated IGL. Everybody kind of chips in.
快节奏为著称，而且个人能力都是很出色。
就是定伟完全没想到对方会这样子粗暴。
I just seem to be over in a moment. I feel like I only saw like 2 of the kills.
因为正常情况下，你第一时间的技能。
Abba has been farming this series though.
对吧？两边拖一拖。
是，而且他甚至是。
Like considering they look like the weakest link against JDG.
把定位给抓了。
TRS 陆克是选择起到一把飞将
，been impressed there.
跳劈可是被对方打了一枪。
追了一枪。
Watch this DRG eco run, very doable. I mean, yeah, it's not been uncommon, has it?
有枪械优势的 TC 来说也不着急，肯定是先找你的站位慢打为主，能多打一些击杀，拿到人数优势在经典肯定是最稳的。
是的，而且这一分的话可以看到 RB 是没有几枪的哦，那也就是说他作为一个。 优势的一边，他也可以去大胆的去做更多的地图的控制。
甚至他这
A bit of damage done as to TCH is playing in hookah, but yeah, otherwise DRG on an eco.
哎，这个半线是被敲掉了。
哎，应该是他自己主动回收过来了，对，因为他选择要过来转点了，要把这个半线可能补到连接处。然后同时把爆能器带上。
这波要从
My energy levels are starting to flag a little bit more. Might have a full 9 map a day, but.
哎，尼克已经随时准备好反闪了。
We're here for all of it. Luke is the only one who bought up. He had a Marshall. Gets one before traded.
哦，没子弹了，也确实是没办法。
2 versus 4 now. The 2 players coming from CT. Similar bit of utility here. It's a trip, right?
再对枪，阿博的话可以去跟对方换一换，因为这把飞机不是特别
I mean, throwing the satchel as far as it can go.
拿到一波3杀之后，离自己的终极技能只差3个点了。
阿博确实是很想在前。
Why is Jakiro playing? They could have gotten an IGL. I think they got Jakiro first, and then they got Rare Atom because they didn't qualify. But JDG was effectively just waiting in the wings to pick up. The rumor is that they were going to pick up Trace, but everybody assumed that Trace won't make it in for partnership. So JDG was going to like throw the bag at Trace and pick them up. But not only did Trace make partnership, but Rare Atom didn't, and Rare Atom also didn't make Ascension. So I think the plan was to involve like Mr. Canny as well. It picked him up. And so it is a little bit of like just kind of put them together and hope for the best. Which, let's be honest, lots of Ogs do that. Yeah, they picked up Vici as well.
而且说实话，定伟这个站位其实真的，我感觉 TEC 有1万种方法去。
Like JDG just spent the bag on various players.
TEC 的时候 ，DRG 一定要小心浴室这个位置，给你来个套餐。
定伟的这颗障云是给的爆能器安装的位置，想通过障云和手稳来
Alright,
限制对面的爆能器安
8-6
装。
bonus again. How many bonus rounds have we seen win for TEC?
拿一些信息了，手上没有技能可以用。
Too many. I'm getting sick of it.
非常的有耐心。
这太命抓的。
Important kill though to get onto RB. I think there was a trip all the way up here, no? So now this flank is a little bit more open for TCH to go in for. Bukashi was going, and they're gone. Oh, nice. 4 HP now, and it's just up to Abo.
这个局面我好像在哪里见过。现在留下阿博一个1打5的残局，爆能器还掉了。
我看出还在掰，这个身位控制非常到位，46滴血。
The Russian Nats copy paste is way too funny.
他说是真的敢4滴血也不怕掉枪，就要过来跟你拼，自信。
确实，他们这边有比较差的枪，即便他
Yeah, Jakiro didn't IGL for top esports. Who's Sylvan?
一切还要从定伟的这个 pick 开始说起啊。其实
Really nice. Here's the neural theft as well for the next round.
抓到了对面正好在 A 的这个信息，很关键。虽然说这种 pick 可能会给到机会，但对于这种信息位的阵容来说，
yeah, saying Russian Nats is silly.
方你不可能
Yeah, Nats is also Russian. I think that's the
再去
joke.
确定对面打哪个点。
是的。 总归机会都是拼出来的嘛，那这也是我觉得 DRG 正是有这种拼搏的精神，才能一路走到现在。
I'm gonna put my feet up.
那看一下
I keep kicking a cable.
是
Skydog, TEC are going for something that was pretty pacey, at least on B. They forced out good utility from DRG, but they've also used it themselves. Sky flashes. This is a lot from TEC. Because they were just itching to get the showstopper online. The one flash, Skydog used a stim, a smoke, nade, a satchel. Skydog's going to get some information. Who's he going to see, though? Doesn't see the raise. But they know that the raise is there because they picked up the orb. So the flash is in. Gets right onto Nick. TCH, maybe he'd been a bit over-aggressive by pushing up to here. I didn't even notice that he'd wandered up that far. Luke gets 2 at least. Vukashu's still alive. He's actually just going to push right through the snakebite. Gets 1. Wandering his way back to elbow. Now it looks like fucking TEC are scared of Vukashu as opposed to DRG being scared of RB. Neurofest is going to show that he's aggressively up. He gets hit by the camera too. Still wins the fight against Dingwei. Don't know what he's doing. Just didn't seem to really realize what was happening. 1 versus 2. One player in laps. The other one just put his camera up and shot. It's not planted for either of them, actually. Just didn't really expect that there was going to be that player in laps later on. Good execute from TEC as well with the showstopper and the flash. I mean, it felt like everybody outside of Vukashu and Luke were caught napping. Like, TCH being there. The fight that Dingwei takes as well from Metal is iffy. TEC of both of their timeouts still. That's how comfortable they are. DRG just have 1. Skyflash gets information, gets the operator on the angle. Allows them to get another orb closer to having their own seekers. He's missed. Satcheling out a bit more. Luckily, the only thing that was chasing up on him was a Trailblazer. There was a player there. I think Luke dies. Very lucky. And Nick trying to play off this trip. See something. Just a satchel used from Abba to break it. So what's the call here then? Luke actually just going to scale up and clear hookah. Skydog's going to carry along. Good utility from DRG. I do like this a bit more. I think this half has been a lot better at like the response action. They do this, so we do that. So they do this, so we do that. I think DRG have some good utility to work with. In 5 versus 4, you lose 1 player. Look up happening from Lock M. Is that a cyber cage from the attack side? Yeah, Dingwei, he's 2 rounds now that I think that he's just not really been with it. The Molly going on to default and is going to force the plant out a little bit more. Seekers. Showstopper clearing into lamps. Accidentally ends his own life. Happens. 3 versus 2 now. There's still a Molly for Kawhi, so he's playing for the post-plant lineup. Nabi, the raid boss is back, but he's not able to get 1 at this point. Nick is able to get half before the Molly comes in, and everybody's sort of on it. Everybody's kind of falling apart. And Nick is, what, how low? 15 HP, 45? Oh, no. Kawhi might have owned it. He might have done it. No! Nick just wallbangs him with just enough time. One of those moments where I guess you're thankful that you have the Guardian instead of a normal rifle. Luke did everything to avoid the Rosa. I mean, I want to see it from his POV. Because that was on the spectrum of penetration like we were talking about the other day with these guns. That's just right through the box. Sky Flash. Alright, Luke. Good first kills now with the operator. He's making it work. Dingwei, just wake up a little bit, son. Don't give him an in. Oh wow, the operator, like Luke has moved over here very quickly. There's one behind this box. We pick him with a nade. Dingwei even snake biting right into this corner. It's just gonna force TEC back a little bit more. One rifle, lock him. Might be farming these up really nicely from Luke. There he is. There he goes. Also, this is an eco for TEC. They do have a Viper's Pit for the next round. Even have a Viper's Pit now if they can find a couple more kills. You got Dingwei. Wins out that duel at the very least. Only having a Bulldog. Gets 2. Do you intend to watch party Masters, Ryan? I think my general plan is to just watch party when the China teams play. I mean, Luke knows that he's up against an eco, I think, at this point. He wants to follow us, he wants to clout. All of the maps have been fairly close today. Only one that wasn't was split. Was it 13-8? Yeah. It was 13-11, 13-11, 13-10. 13-11, 13-8. And this at least is a 13-9. Yet again, this is TEC forcing a lot of early utility out of DRG. Really is just like better like macro from both sides, fighting for the orb a bit more, holding for extremities, clearing as much of Cypher utility as you possibly can, even a trip going across here. This was TEC wanting to fight for the orb, force stuff out, and actually rotate and go over towards A. If anybody tries to go for the TP, well, they're going to get hit by this trip, which has actually been picked up. Abi not wanting to do that, but he's going to put it in a different spot. And he's playing, expecting somebody to go for the TP. So Vukashri just spraying catches onto Abo. Plant's going to go down. Ultimates, Viper's Pit. It's the one that goes into lamps. Can this be cleared? There is a Seekers. It's actually going to be the Trailblazer that goes first. The nade is really nice. Brings him down to 70 HP. Abi, late lurk. There goes the Sky. Okay, 24 HP with a classic. And they've stuck on the defuse. They've just stuck it. No! No, he didn't get it! How close was that? I thought that was it. The molly actually saved the day. How close was that? That was like a pixel. I swore he got it. I actually thought it was done. Me too. Oh my god, that's so close. Hold on, I'm sorry. I need to... Look at his face, he knows. That is done. I'm sorry. That is done. That's a defuse right there. The audio's not lining up now. Right, we're back to live. Sorry. That was... DRG this close to losing it. Yeah, where's the ref in this game? 4 versus 4 now. TEC still not planted the spike. There's always just some like wild moments in China. We haven't had too many crazy ones today, but that definitely is one. Add it to the list. It's gonna be a crazy compilation, I swear, of like China at kickoff. Alright, 4 versus 4 still. Spike still not gone down. I feel like a deja vu at this point. But I like the adjustment made from TEC here, actually. With 2 players lurking up into showers late. Dingwei is just facing it, however.
阿博看能不能精细翻能。
看到枪管了，阿博一个大。
And they actually just peek him one at a time.
定位是定位到了定位。
TEC is usually better than that.
正面只能顶着压力强去装爆能器，尝试对枪了。
2楼又是一颗。
Actually, DRG make it nice and clean to 10.
因为其实这种带炼狱的这种一波流是没有办法的，你开局3颗烟一定要嚼。 被技能拖延之后就没有烟雾可以用了。
我觉得还是有点后知后觉了。如果能稍微再早一点去尝试控制浴室的话，会好很多。而且作为进攻方的 TEC 来讲的话，他没有想到对方就是这个空投烟，这个天机光束这么果断。
我觉得就是漏算了一层吧。其实他们想的就是我打一波快速提点，装完光能器我就退了。
Yeah, one at a time. The C in RyanCentral actually stands for China. I don't know if that really works,
导致这一波失利，比分再次拉平10比10，但 TEC 也是只能存了。
RyanCentral.
2楼的位置，两边的雷兹其实
Eco again TEC.
交火很久了，就是每一分基本都会在这个位置有些交互在里面。
哎，但这分阿博来真的。卢克也还没走，
黄帽露出来了。
终于卢克说是逮到你了。
那这样的话又是决斗。
And the emotional roller coaster I think that Luke has been on today as a player has been something to behold. I think both teams definitely starting to look tired, and I don't blame them. It's been a long day. There's the showstopper on the execute. Yeah, not afraid to use a showstopper against the Eco if it confirms it to 11.
11比10，现在 DRG 也是掌握到了主动权。
Whoever loses this will be mega sad.
经济已经有一定的积攒了。
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who JDG would prefer to play at this point. I don't even know who I don't remember who I had to win out of these two. Granted, I didn't expect this to be the upper bracket game. I thought it was going to be the deciding one.
现在回来看一下，还好，因为 DRG 手上中间技能还是比较偏多的。
是的 ，TEC 也是终于是来了一分全序。
Fukashi ping in where he wants the Viper to play because he really can't come the exact position. I don't blame him. Just need to learn where here is in Mandarin and you're fine. TCH is stuck. You might have to jump for the TP, and actually there's Abby had some of the control because he's put an aggressive camera here. And Abby's put 2 trips on either side of this Viper's pit. Like he's trying to lock him in. Oh, the nade is going to force him out. Abby's waiting for him too. They're not going to expect Abby to be in behind him. Abby's just sat in the smoke. They have no control, and they can't like go and flank this. They have a trip here. TCH is just out of the map for the time being. He's in jail.
这个战局上只有一个4打4，
而且现在炼狱很尴尬，就是我觉得 RB 可以动，但是因为炼狱他这个位置给不到。
He's even just like hitting the camera.
拉出来了，看一下这个位置。
And he does get him. TCH isn't falling for that at all. He just takes a deep breath, thinks of home. And actually now TEC 1 versus 3 on site. Is it likely? Vukashi's lost track of where this last player is. Lock him. Oh my god, how has he managed to do this? Stingway 1 versus 1. Oh, and Stingway just actually chases him down. I mean, it probably shouldn't have got that close in the first place. Was it actually a 1 versus 5? No, not quite. 1 versus 4. And he just overheats. 2 chances for TEC. JDG apparently wanted the rematch against TEC. They might be getting it, unless there's some magic that can come out here. No ultimates other than a showstopper on the fence and an orbital strike. Lucas the off. Fast execute through A onto short. Fukashi just spraying through the cage. He's already done so much damage to lock M. Showstopper is going to come in on attack now. Abba managing to get it online, I think, with the Orb and showers. Holding. Nobody else is giving this up. Tries to go for backside. Barely gets any damage onto Dingwei, who's in the one-way. Trying to go for the fight on site. And Kawhi is down, so that means that their post-plant utility is gone. Flashing lamps, this is just pandemonium. This is just get it over the line by any means necessary. And Nick might have done it. Oh, full series yet again. I feel like I'm going lightheaded, but DRG, considering they were 2-10 down on that first half of Icebox to win in the series at this point, it's the Ascension team that makes top 4 as well. I think all of the players are just, oh my god. The TEC, not quite a sterling start, but we do get this TEC versus JDG rematch tomorrow. I mean, a little bit of disappointment on the face just with how long that went, but I think the better team won. And I guess, like, for TEC, all that promise, I guess, was shown that we expected, especially with RB joining, but when it comes to just getting shit over the line after a long series, after a lot of mistakes, being able to bounce back, I mean, Dragon Ranger Gaming seem to be doing that in droves. But now it is time for the banger, yeah. Get to see EDG play up against Wolves. But yeah, DRG and FBX making top 4 at least. Imagine seeing DRG one game away from Madrid, because that's where they are.